In this episode, we're going to talk all about how to have a PDF download on your website or in your Instagram bio, etc. So if you're wondering how you can do that and exchange an email in order for someone to get a PDF, then this episode is for you. Welcome to the Up in My Business podcast with me, Lex Lancaster, where you'll get an inside look at all things tech, business, and my life as a physical therapist turned digital operations expert. You'll hear all about my lessons as a business owner, the ins and outs of tech for your business, and more. From SEO, websites, and email marketing to automations, launches, and copywriting, I've got you. I'm so excited you're here. Let's dive in. Before we get into today's episode, I'd like to take a moment to introduce our sponsor, Jane. So Jane is an all-in-one practice management software. It's my favorite, with features like online booking, scheduling, documentation, and a PCI-compliant payment solution. The time that you spend with your patients and clients is super valuable, and filling out forms during their appointment can quickly take away time from your evaluation and all of your treatment time together. That's why the team at Jane has designed online intake forms that your patients can complete from the comfort of their own homes. And to help them remember to fill out their forms, Jane has your back with a friendly email reminder that gets sent out 24 hours prior to their appointment. And this means that they arrive ready to start their appointment and you can arrive ready to help. Jane's online intake forms are fully customizable. They truly are very customizable. They are the best to ensure that you're collecting everything you need ahead of time, whether that's a credit card on file, insurance billing details, or signed consent. You can build your intake forms from scratch or use a template from Jane's template library and customize it further to meet your practice needs. If you're interested in learning more, head to jane.app/guide or use the code LEX1MO, so LEX1MO at sign up to receive a 1-month grace period on your new Jane account. Welcome back to another episode. I'm so excited to be recording this episode because it is the first one that I'm recording in my new office, and it's the first time I've had a true office since about March, and it's so good. I'm so happy to be recording, and I'm also excited because I'm going to be able to be recording with essentially real-time updates. So before, I was pre-recording a lot of episodes just because travel and moving again and all the things. And now I can record the life update section without actually being like, in 3 weeks from now, we're going to have this happen. So I'm super excited for that. So if you're new here, I do start off each episode of Up in My Business with, like you heard, a quick little intro about what the episode's going to be about. A little brief intro to Jane that sponsors. It's a software company. It's amazing for physical therapists, chiropractors, etc. And they sponsor the podcast. So I'm incredibly grateful for them. So I do intro them, and then I jump into a quick little life update for me. And then I'll talk about business updates, and then I'll get into the general content of the episode. I try to keep most episodes below 30 minutes. It's kind of a lot if it's more than 30. In my opinion, I want you to be able to listen to these pretty easily on your way to work or whatever it may be. And I love recording them. So I've gotten a lot of really good feedback on Instagram recently. I did ask in the last episode if you have anything that you like or don't like about the podcast to let me know. I got some really good feedback about things that people like, and the shorter episodes were one of the things that I heard most about. And I also got a really sweet DM from someone just saying, like, I really appreciate the fact that you take the time to give business updates or talk about your services, just because she's like, I didn't even know that you did that. So it was nice to hear that. So I really appreciate the DMs about the podcast, and I appreciate your feedback and your reviews and all the things. So if you feel compelled to write a review, I will always welcome them. You can write one or just give stars. If you write reviews, obviously I can read them and take them into account. And they do make me feel really just thankful that you took the time to do it. And also just, it helps me do more episodes in ways that help you. So if there's something you like, I would love to hear it, because I'll continue to do it. If you have direct feedback you want to give to me, feel free to DM me. So you have a link to my Instagram in the show notes, and you can contact me there. So without further ado, we're going to jump into the life updates. So I recorded last week's episode 2.5 weeks ago-ish. No, it would have been the Sunday before last. So like 2 episodes in a day ago. And in that time, we moved. So Shantae and I moved into a new house. It's been the best ever. It was a ton of work, obviously, to move and unpack and all the things, but I mean, we had everything unpacked pretty much in 2 or 3 days. So it wasn't like it was a huge, long wait in order to get everything in its place. And it was relatively easy because we did hire movers. So Shantae took that into her hands. She hired the best company ever, and they actually packed all of her stuff and moved hers and my things to this house. I actually hired someone called, they work, quote unquote work. They're part of the TaskRabbit app. So I don't know if anyone has TaskRabbit where they are, but it's just an app where you can type in something that you need done around your house or a task like hanging a TV, and then you can hire someone to come to your place and do it for you. So for me, I couldn't hire a moving company. I could have, but it would have been stupid to hire a moving company to move my stuff from my apartment to the house because I didn't have a lot of things, and most moving companies have like a 4-hour minimum. So I found a TaskRabbit. I don't want to say his name because of privacy or whatever it may be, but this lovely guy came over, hauled my stuff out of my apartment into his big old moving truck. He brought it to Shantae's, and then we moved everything from her house to the new house. But the new house has been amazing. And like I said, I'm recording in my new office. It's the best. I can look out my office and see palm trees, and that just makes me incredibly happy. The view outside is the best. If you follow both of us on Instagram, we've been giving like little tidbits, if you will, throughout the process of like, this is what this looks like, and this is what looks like. So we'll do a full tour at some point, but it's been the best. I'm so thankful that we found this place. It's perfect. It has a little yard out back for Moose. The only thing that's really hard right now, I won't say hard, but it's just more difficult, is that Moose is kind of particular about where she decides to go to the bathroom. So finding a place for her around here is more difficult than it was before, just because there's less green areas on this side of like the main road. So we've been trying to, toy with, where do we take her? How often are we taking her here? Like, do we walk around the block? Do we take 2 blocks? Do we turn around? That's been the one thing that's like pain in the butt, because we have a yard, but it's turf, and that's not, like Shantae had said, like, it's going to be disgusting if we let her go to the bathroom out there and on the hot days. So if you can imagine what that would smell like. So I've gone with it, but even though it's more inconvenient to walk her, it just makes sense long term. So yeah, that's the new house. I feel like I'm just incredibly grateful overall, because it's just been so nice, and it's been so easy and fun, and really just loving every single piece of it and putting all the things together. And now we're picking out furniture. We're going to go sit on some couches, I think, later on today. So I'm recording this on Sunday night at 7. We might head over to the furniture company to sit on some outdoor furniture. I'm not sure, but that's on the docket. And just, making sure that we make the space our own and finding furniture that fits and, is also comfortable. So just super excited for that. As always, playing lots and lots of volleyball. I actually got to meet a couple people this week in person that I had not met prior. So just having people within the Instagram community and being able to meet people in person is like the most incredible thing ever. Huge shout out to Kyle at Monterey Pelvic Health. She hung out with Shantae and I at the AVP Manhattan Beach Open, and it was so good to meet her in person after, engaging with her on Instagram and all the things. So I love getting to meet people in person when they're in the area. So if you are in the area, obviously let me know, but if I have the time, then we'll meet up. So yeah, just super excited to do all the things and all the sunshine, and it's really just been incredible. I know I talk about that all the time, but I truly cannot get over it. When you live in an area for so long that was not fitting what you want to do, when you're in the area that's fitting what you want to do and you're loving every bit of it, like it feels so good inside. And anybody who's made a big move or is in a place where they typically, or they did not necessarily grow up, or maybe they did grow up there, but they know that it brings them a lot of joy. Like, you just want to share that joy. And I really, truly am so happy. And where I'm at in the world right now is definitely playing a huge part of that. So obviously not all of it, but it is a huge part of it, because I can work and I can play and I can do it both on the same day. And I'm 8 minutes from the beach, and it's absolutely incredible. And I'm just so grateful. So I'm trying to think about what else. I think Moose's haircut was 2 weeks ago. I don't know. But either way, I think I might have actually talked about that 2 episodes ago. This is why I'm so excited to do real life updates and not have to like recount what week was what, because it just is difficult to do it that way. But Moose is doing good. Mooper is doing good. Better, I should say. Not good. They're still not like hanging out, but Rupert will come out at night and Moose will sometimes chase him, which is an issue because obviously he doesn't want to be chased, but they interact a little bit more, and Moose is not necessarily like as obsessed with him all the time. I definitely will say that it's still problematic, the fact that like she doesn't want to leave him alone because she's so curious. So hoping that, I think he knows at this point that she's not going to eat him, which is good, but he's not like, I'm going to come out and play with you. So I think she's still kind of bumming about that. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep you updated. Obviously, all the Instagram stories are showing all of that stuff, but yeah, so that's a Moopert update. So let's get into out of life updates, into business updates. The same things are going on. So I do want to mention SEO school. SEO school is going to be open for registration. I'm looking at my calendar. My head is turned, so my audio might change. I'm going to be opening up registration, waitlist registration at the end of October. So it'll be October 30th, I believe. Yeah, October 30th to November 3rd. And then regular registration will open up the week after that. And then it will be an official start on November 6th. So that's when you'll get access to SEO school. And then we'll have group calls at the end of each month. So the last week of the month, the last Monday of the month, which sometimes changes to a different day if I need to change it for personal reasons or whatever, what have you. But the last week of the month, we'll have a call on every Monday night for 6 months. So November, December, January, February, March, April. So at the end of April. So that will finish up before summer, which I thought was super ideal. And then I'm going to probably open up another cohort in the summer. Haven't really decided yet. The live calls make it a little bit difficult for people, but I also recognize that summer is when a lot of people are available. So probably going to run another cohort then. But if you're interested in SEO school, registration will open up at the end of October, and I am limiting seats because if everyone logs onto the call, I want to be able to help people. So at maximum, I'm thinking we're going to stick to 50. That was really helpful last cohort. So I'm thinking 50 will be the magic number again, but we'll see what happens. Just giving you the general details now. So jump on the wait list if you are interested in SEO school. I do want to give a quick shout out. I talked about this on Instagram, but what my chiropractor friend and client who I worked with for 10 months, so put that on your radar, 10 months of direct SEO work. She is an in-person brick and mortar business. I have put her journey with SEO, like the results of SEO on Instagram throughout the process of working with me. And when we first started, when she was just starting with SEO work with me, it would cost her $0 if she put ads to her website to get traffic, which just means like she was not getting any traffic. And then throughout the process, you could see she went to $600 and then $1,000 and then $7,000. And then last week I opened up the tracking software and I saw that it was at $13,000. And what that means is that she would have to pay Google $13,000 in order to get the same amount of traffic that she was getting for free with SEO. So just incredible. So if you're interested in learning how to do that, I'm going to be sharing the exact things that I did for her in SEO school. It's how I do things. It's not like I'm not going to give you the trade secret or something like that. But if you're a brick and mortar business, it will be faster for you. If you're a digital business, online business, it will be slower. Like it just is what it is. But both of those businesses can thrive with SEO work if you choose to put the energy and effort into it. And once you learn the principles, all you need to do is rinse and repeat. So that's what SEO school goes over. It helps you learn those principles and then you can use them forever and ever, do it yourself. Or if you do choose to hire someone, at least you will know the baseline of what SEO is and how you can hire someone to help you do the thing. So that's what SEO school does. Now, I also want to mention, I've been talking about my done for you SEO. Right now, it's looking like my one seat is going to be opening in the middle of September, potentially this coming week. So I will likely be sending out an email to that waitlist midweek or maybe end of week. I haven't decided exactly what day we're going to be starting that because I might do a mid-month start or at least a mid-month onboarding and then an October start. But because I had 2 people who started now. So I have 1 seat in my mind open, but I need to double check a couple things to see if I can open up room for 2. So right now we're looking at 1 seat for done for you SEO for brick and mortar businesses that will be open. And then as always, I am still talking about the fact that Shantae and I are going to do a joint program. So done for you tech, but also business coaching, online business coaching wrapped in one offer, if you will. So we have some details. We're just kind of working out like what we want it to look like and the length of time. We have a couple people who have personally reached out and said they're very interested, and we are only taking 5 people. So I'm not really about the whole like false urgency, like sign up or else you're not going to get a seat type of thing. But we are limiting it to 5 people just because that is what our schedules currently allow. So if you're interested in that, make sure you jump on the wait list. You'll see that in my show notes. And lastly, this week is the opening for the wait list of the Instagram intensive that Shantae has. So Shantae runs the online business coaching program for Instagram. That opens up to the wait list Monday, so tomorrow, for registration. So if you're not on the wait list already, it's too late, sorry. But I will put a link in my show notes for registering for the Instagram intensive when it opens up to the public. So I am an affiliate for Shantae. I was an affiliate last round, and a lot of my audience really love the fact that they could have a trusted resource for Instagram. Sorry, I dropped my pen. A trusted resource for Instagram and learning how to run their business on Instagram and knowing what to post and how to post and when to post, etc. And just general online business principles, because it's so much more than just Instagram. I'm going to put the link that you can register for the Instagram intensive in my podcast notes. If you want to save that, I believe registration for the public is going to open up next Monday. So not this Monday, the 28th, it'll be the Monday after. So that's really the Instagram intensive. That's what I got there. And then I'm just looking at my list. I think that's it. So that's really like the big business updates for now. I'm so excited. This is going to be a really fun fall to winter transition, just because there's so much going on and so many big things and so many, I'm going to call it like business goals and projects and fun to come. And I'm just super excited for it all. So really looking forward to this transition. Now let's jump into the episode. So what I'm talking about today is how to offer a PDF or a download of some sort. I don't care if it's a PDF or a video or whatever it may be, in exchange for an email. So someone finds this landing page or this opt-in, we call it an opt-in, and they put their name, their first name, and their email in, and then they get a PDF delivered to them. So I'm going to talk about how to do that, because I feel like people really struggle with understanding like what platforms to use and how long will it take me and whatever it may be. So just want to go over the platforms really quick that I'm going to talk about, and then I'll kind of give you a gist of, you could also be using X, Y, and Z. So the platforms that you're going to be using, I'm going to say Canva for designing the actual PDF, because I don't expect you to use Adobe. If you do, amazing, but Canva will work fine. You want to have ConvertKit for your email marketing system, and then Squarespace, obviously, for your website. Now, if we want to sub out some things, Squarespace can be subbed out with whatever platform you have, but I can't tell you whether or not ConvertKit is going to work the same way on your website platform. So I know that WordPress and ConvertKit work really well together. You can embed forms from ConvertKit onto Wix websites, but people have some really wacky stuff nowadays, and I just don't want to say like it's going to work for you if it doesn't. So that's kind of the deal there. So if we design the PDF, right? So that's a file. So we have whatever file we design. So if it's a tutorial video, if it's a infographic, if it's a checklist, whatever it may be, we have a file that we have to put somewhere, and then someone has to be able to access that file from us, right? Because that's the whole point. We're creating it to give away, or even, I guess, to sell, but we're going to talk about giving it away right now in exchange for an email. So if you create a PDF, you're going to have that file that's sitting on your computer. So what do we do with it, right? So the first thing you're going to have to be doing with this file is putting it into your email marketing system, because in order to associate someone giving an email to you with them getting a PDF in return, it has to move through our email marketing system. This is why I recommend ConvertKit. So with a ConvertKit landing page or form or what have you, you can go to the back end section, so the settings section of each form. And then in exchange for an email, you can set it up that it will download a file. So on the back end of ConvertKit, and like I said, I'm going to have this open so I can talk you right through it. So on the back end of ConvertKit, if you have a landing page or a form, what you're going to be doing is inside that form, you'll go to the settings section and then you'll go to the incentive. So we call it an incentive. And then after confirming the redirect, so after someone confirms that they want to download it, you're just going to click download and then it will upload the file that you want to give to them. Now, that's why we're going to our email marketing system first, because we know that if someone puts their email in, they're going to get something in return from us. That's the only way that I want you to think of this. I don't want you to put it on your website for free and then have them check out as a product. It just doesn't make sense because it's going to now be a double two-step process essentially. So using your email marketing system to have someone download something in return. Okay. Now I want to back up a little bit. We got to talk about like the value of getting someone's email, right? So why would someone want to do this in the first place? If you're going to be doing this, the reason you would want to do it is to have someone's email in exchange. So when you have someone's email, they're now on your mailing list. And by using your email marketing system to quote unquote get them on your mailing list, you're now abiding by law, right? You can't just toss people onto your email list. They have to say yes if they want to be on it. And then once they say yes, they can be on your email list. And this is why we go through our email marketing software, because it does that for us. So we would want to do this to have them on our email list so that we can then email them in the future. And we can build relationships through email. So we always like to say like email marketing. And it's kind of like, I get a lot of marketing emails. Like I have a sale going on at this store and like get a 20% off coupon or whatever it may be. And we can actually kind of just tailor this as far as like, this is a direct way to someone's inbox. So if you're looking to speak to your audience, this is a direct way to them. You're not fighting an algorithm. You're not fighting Google. You're not trying to get found organically by anything, or essentially just fighting, like I said, the algorithm. You have a direct line to someone's email inbox. That's pretty awesome, right? It's great. And it's an honor to have someone be on your mailing list, your email list. So the reason we do that is to have that direct line. So we don't necessarily have to rely on social media, right? We don't have to rely on getting found on Google to get our information in front of other people, our audience's eyes. So that's why we're wanting to do this. Now, what's the value of a PDF? Typically, that freebie, that PDF is something that's valuable to your audience. So for me, my freebie is my freebie is a website guide. So it's basically walks you through the website copy guide that I have. Like this is what you're going to have on your homepage and this is what you'll have on your about page. So that's my freebie. It makes sense because I have Squarespace templates, I have websites, I offer those types of services. So you can give away something that makes sense for your business. And what that does is it allows people to get a quick win, allows people to have a taste for how you teach, how you do things, and then they can then consult you for something along those lines in the future, or just know that you're a resource for this thing. So freebies can be all sorts of things, and it really is dependent on your specific business. So we're building relationships, we're giving people a win, and we're really just allowing them to see exactly how we do things within our business, right? Right down to the photos in it, the way that we write, the way that we deliver content. So that is why we would do that freebie. Now, I'm going to talk about the design really quick. Just use a template if you need to on Canva. You can also have someone else design it for you. So I understand the value of hiring someone because people hire me to do PDFs. So if you feel like you don't have the time to design a PDF, like amazing, I can help you. I have other people who can help you. It's one of those things where you can decide if you have the time to devote to learning how to design and then actually designing it, or you can say, I don't want to do that. I'm going to hire someone to do it for me because it's faster, it's easier, and I have the ideas, but I don't know how to design things. Cool. Like you can do either of those things. If you choose to design it yourself, I would recommend just using Canva, just because while Canva is very difficult for something like an ebook, as far as like you have to split the text up and it just isn't great to edit, it's also really good for someone who is not necessarily comfortable using something like Adobe. So that's what I would recommend for you to design it. So we've got our file, we've got it into ConvertKit in the back end of ConvertKit. Now to put it on the website, here's the thing. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty of embedding forms. This is why we use ConvertKit. When you are just starting, what I would recommend is just building what ConvertKit calls a landing page. So if you're on the ConvertKit landing page section, they have layouts that are already there for you. Just plug and play your information. So you're just going to take whatever layout they have and then input your information instead of theirs, right? And then do exactly what I said before, the settings section, incentives, and click download and upload your file. So that's all you're doing. Use a ConvertKit landing form. And that's one of the big reasons why I say use ConvertKit, because ConvertKit is easy and it allows you to do this quickly and easily. And it's not a fight. It doesn't make it difficult. So using ConvertKit, taking that form and building it there. And then for your website, you can just put a button that links to that landing page, and you can put that button then on your Instagram link page, right? So when you build that ConvertKit form, once you click publish, it's going to give you a link. If you take that link and put it in your browser, it's going to send whoever clicks on that link to your freebie. So your opt-in, and they'll have to put their first name and their email in there. So that is how I would do that. So you take that link can be a button on your website, and it can also be a button on your Instagram link page. For what it's worth, I talk about it in some of my Instagram posts. There is a value in using an embedded form, but I'm not going to go into that in the podcast because it doesn't make sense to go into the nitty gritty of how to embed a form on your website when it's different for a lot of people. And I really think a visual is easier to understand there, but that is the basis of how to get started with putting a download into your website. Now, that's all you need to do. The one thing I want to talk about, and people have a lot of questions around, is when you're inside your forms, it's going to ask you in the incentive section if you want to auto confirm subscribers, which means that when someone signs up, so I put my name in there, I put my email in there, it's going to send me an email and say, are you sure that you want to join? Are you sure you want to be on this list? And they have to click confirm. You can say you're going to auto confirm subscribers and check the box to auto confirm. ConvertKit does a really good job and says, like, are you sure you want to do this? And I would not do that. So there are specific scenarios that I won't go into today of when you might want to do that. But right now I would say, no, you definitely don't want to do that. Reason being is when someone has to actually confirm that they want to join the list, they have to, their inbox, their email is going to recognize your emails as not spam. So it just decreases the odds that your email marketing emails are going to go to their spam box, which obviously we wouldn't want to happen because then they wouldn't get them. So don't auto confirm subscribers on the back end of ConvertKit. So that's what I have for you for today. That's all I wanted to tell you is how to actually offer a freebie. So you're designing it on Canva. You can even, if you're just starting out, if you have let's just call it an ebook, whatever you have, something that you give out for free. It could just be a Word document that you save as a PDF. You could take that, bring that file over to your email marketing system, ConvertKit, make a landing page. So go to grow and then landing pages and forms, and then design that landing page. And then you're going to go to the settings and the incentive section. You're not going to auto confirm subscribers. And then you're going to add a download. And then you take the link. Once you hit save publish, you're going to take that link. And that's the link that you're going to put in your Instagram bio. You're going to put that on your website. And that's how you're going to get an email, a name and an email in exchange for a PDF. So the one thing that I want to touch on, and I am going to pitch my own ConvertKit course. I understand that ConvertKit can feel overwhelming if you are just starting to use it. And if you're looking for visuals on all of this stuff, on my website, I do have a ConvertKit course that you can take. I think it's $49. It's $47 or $49. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's one of those. And you can just take that course. It tells you everything that I just did tell you, but it's all recorded, obviously, in a video. So if you're more of a video person, you can totally grab that course there. I'm going to put the link to my courses page on this podcast episode show notes so that you can head there. But if you need to know more about ConvertKit or want to learn how to use ConvertKit without, going through the troubleshooting process and then going through all the things that I just talked about in a visual format, you'll be able to. So that's that. And that's all I have for you today. So I am super appreciative. I asked an Instagram question box, put one up the other day about questions that people had, and this was one of the questions that came up. So I am super grateful for the person who asked this question, and I hope that you found this valuable. If you have other questions that you want answered, please just feel free to DM me or, obviously contact me via email, but DM is probably easiest as far as requesting podcast episodes. And I try my best. So we will see if we can answer it in an episode or in a post, but regardless, this has been great because I love being able to answer the questions that come in. So I think that's all I got for you. I'm just checking my list, making sure I asked all the questions or answered the whole question and touched on all the topics that I wanted. And I think we're golden. So without further ado, I'm going to let you go. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday and week ahead. And I'm so thankful that you are listening to this episode. And if you're a new person, welcome. I hope that you go back and check out other episodes that I've recorded. And if you have questions, let me know. But without further ado, I hope you have a great week and I will catch you next time.